Michael Nagy here with Jiggy Jag TV, and I'm here with John Bechdel from Ministry. How you doing today?
Good, thanks.
Cool. Now, you want to give us a little history about the band?
Well, I mean, Ministry obviously has been around a long time. Al formed the band in 1979, but I, like many people, was a fan of the early material and followed them throughout their career. I got to know them eventually when I was playing with Killing Joke in the late 90s, late 80s, early 90s, and that's when I first met Al, and so it was many years later that some of the same people, Paul Raven, who was playing bass with Killing Joke, and myself and Tommy Victor, who was in Prong, and we all played together in Prong on the Cleansing album. We're working together in Ministry, and this would have been around 2005, and you know, things had just kind of come full circle. So when I was working with Killing Joke, we were spending a lot of time in Chicago. Like I said, we got to know the Ministry guys. We even toured, played shows with Revco and toured at the same time as Revco. So we all knew each other, and to finally then come full circle and be, you know, playing with the band and you know, part of the band, you know, for me, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that, right? So you know, after Prong, I also worked with Fear Factory for many years. So you know, all these bands have all, you know, broken a lot of ground, territory for, you know, industrial metal, and it's just been really, you know, amazing to be part of that whole process and all these different bands.
Cool. Now, a lot of bands rise and fall. How has Ministry stayed on the top?
Well, you know, that's a great question. After working with Al, getting to know Al, I mean, he is a visionary. He knows what he wants, and he knows how to get it done. There's really two ways you can go. I mean, a lot of bands, you know, once they have success, they tend to kind of want to, you know, kind of reformulate that, you know, that same, you know, thing that works and that their fans like, and that's great, and that's one school of thought. Other times, some people like to reinvent themselves or do things differently, and but neither one is wrong. You know, it just depends on, you know, and I think people, you know, a lot of artists struggle with, you know, what they want to do, what they think their fans want to do, and sometimes, you know, the different band members are wanting to go different directions and things. But Al, obviously, you know, it was the main driving force with Ministry. He's got a lot of energy, and he's, you know, very driven, and he you know, he does what he says he's going to do, he's managed to stay relevant, and, you know, it's not easy. You know, like you said, a lot of bands have their moment. You know, sure, bands go up and down, but, you know, they don't necessarily ever go away. They keep creating their art and doing what they love.
Now, I know in 2008, Ministry kind of broke up, and now you guys got back together. Do you think that helped make the band stronger?
Well, you know, personally, I don't know why bands ever say they're never going to do another show again, but Al was very adamant about it. He said, look, I'm just done. I've done this my whole life. I want to do something different, and I respect that too. I know that when he put it back together, he was working with Mikey, and they had some ideas that they felt like, you know, really wanted to get out there, and that it really was Ministry. You know, he'd done other, you know, projects as well, producing and other, you know, side projects. So he called me up one day and just said, you know, getting the band back together, you know, you want to be part of it? And of course I said yes. So since then, he just kind of, you know, keeps coming back out. But, you know, for him, he would say that, you know, it was a lot of health. It was not doing well with his health, but ultimately, you know, the guy's really strong. You know, he's way better now, and he's doing some of the most you know, energetic performing that I've ever seen him do. You know, the way he runs around on stage and holds the mic, and so, yeah, I'd have to say it's just his you know, energy and perseverance.
Cool. Now, what are you guys currently working on?
Well, we have pretty much finished during the Americant album, and have just started preliminary work on a new record, but it's very early on. we're still trying to figure out what direction we want to go in, and we're collaborating, with some of the different band members. And so just called Al about half an hour ago, talked to him. He's very excited. He's putting together new sounds and trying to figure out where he wants to take this next record. So it's really exciting to be part of the creative process. For many years I was just the touring keyboard player. I did some remixes and maybe did some things here and there, but now as a contributing writing member is even more exciting.
Cool. Now you yourself, you started producing some bands now, is that correct?
I've been producing for 25 years, so it's not new to me, but always learning more in music, with everything, production, programming, composing, songwriting, arranging, you name it. There's just you just never get bored. There's always new things to learn. So so I've been producing in my own studio, and some bands have had some success and stuff. But when I did Chemical Straitjacket's record, I really felt that I had upped my game as a producer, had learned a lot, and through the process of producing this album, and I could see the vision that I could understand where they were trying to go, and I just wanted to bring that out. That's what I think a great producer does, tries to understand what a band's trying to do and just makes it better, not necessarily change them or mold them or anything like that. So I'm kind of like a hands-off producer in that respect, but I wanted them to sound as good as they could, and I feel that we've definitely achieved that, and I'm proud of the work I did. I know they're happy with the work, and I'm proud of the work they did, and so it's just been a great partnership.
Cool. Now tour-wise, what do you have coming up? You're doing the final Slayer tour?
Yeah, that's the month of November. We'll be touring the U.S. There might be like one or maybe two Canadian dates. I think maybe just one. And we have a festival in October in Tennessee, and that'll wrap it up for the year. So yeah, exciting. We'll be playing big arenas, and like I said, there'll be Primus and Phil Anselmo will be on the tour as well. So it's going to be a very exciting tour.
Definitely. Now, if people want to look you up online, find you, how do they do that?
Me personally?
Ministry, you?
Well, of course, Ministry has a website and a Facebook page. They've got about almost 500,000 followers on Facebook, also an Instagram page, and there's various other Facebook groups. You can find all things Ministry. That's the best way.
Cool. It was good talking with you, and thanks for having you.
Okay.